Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? Post-game PSG. Bit of a defeat, but lots of great things to talk about tonight. I'm still excited. It was a great game nonetheless. We got with us always Dash, and tonight, special guest, the man that started it all, Farhad. We'll start with you. How you doing?
What's up, boys? Thanks for having me.
Of course, he says thanks for having it. It's his brand. It's his show at the end of the day.
Not my thing, dude. I did my thing today earlier.
Yeah. New podcast out as well. Is it released or just recorded?
What's that?
Is the podcast actually full release yet, or is it just recorded at this point?
No, just recorded.
Okay, well, stay tuned. That's coming.
It was a good one. It was a couple of our favorite guests, so it was fun.
Nice. I can't wait.
I'm so shy in front of the camera.
Yeah, it takes a bit getting used to. Farhad doesn't do the camera thing. He's just the soft, silky, sultry voice behind the Turn Giants podcast. So
I don't know what you mean.
Oh man, love it. He's the guy that started it all, and here we are now live on YouTube. So the project is growing, flourishing. Thanks for joining. But also Dash with us again. How you doing?
Oh, I'm just here. It's a Wednesday. It's a wacky Wednesday. We got some wacky Champions League fixtures that happened today and yesterday. But, we're just going to talk about the fun Juve stuff. So let's get into the real meat and potatoes.
Just the Juve stuff? We're not going to talk about how Napoli is completely trouncing Liverpool currently?
Yeah, I think...
What is going on there? Last I checked was 3-0.
It's 4-1 right now.
4-1 right now.
Yeah, 4-1, 75th minute.
Man.
Yeah, this just in, guys. Sky Sport is saying that Jurgen Klopp is going to get sacked tomorrow morning, just like Tuchel this morning. Anybody? No.
I don't think they're kind of that kind of club, to be honest. I think they'll stick with him, and in the end, maybe they'll take top 3. I don't see that happening, to be honest.
We'll see.
I'm surprised with Chelsea because they got new owners, so I'm surprised the new owners just was like, oh yeah, with the axe right away.
Well, that's the thing. When you get new guys in, you're going to shake things up. You kind of have a blank slate to work with. And, he's the man with the money, so he gets to call the shots.
Before we start, man, we joked around about me starting this thing. And, Dave, I give you all the props, man. It looks like you're... I can hear my echo. It's killing me, dude. I'll just say it like this. You're doing so well, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
This thing is rolling. We're getting new, subscriptions, and clearly people like you, man. Thanks for all your hard work. People have no idea how much hard work he puts behind this. So,
I love it though. It's a labor of love.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that because it is for me, honestly.
No, I get it, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. But honestly, guys, this is a team effort. Dash is here giving me all the technical analysis every week. You don't want to just listen to me. But even Nailish. So I got a request for a different short today, and it was requested to me, and I was like,
people are requesting things. Nice.
Oh yeah, there's always requests here and there, and that's why I sent that out on the WhatsApp today. And Nailish is he's on it anyways, and big props from it was Mackie NL, at least on Discord was his name. So
very nice.
If you guys have requests, if you want to see something that we can give you, then by all means.
Yeah, those who are watching, this is brand new, so obviously if you participate and tell us what you guys want, the show can be structured around what you want, what you like too. So that's the, like you said, it's a new guy. You're gonna shake things up, start with a clean slate. Maybe just do your own thing. You don't know what the show will look like in a year. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, for sure. We will grow and evolve, but we need you guys to let us know how to do that. Otherwise, it's just a couple dudes in their basement kind of making things up as they go along. And I don't know. Yeah. If that's what you like, I guess it's what you like. But yeah, shall we get to it, down to the Juve talk? We can't just talk about ourselves for an hour here, but yes, let's break it down. So a 2-1 defeat. Let's break down the first half because it is one of those games of two halves.
Let's do formations. I want to hear Dash.
Okay, let's do that.
You know what's funny? We kind of went through it today for like an hour and a half, so I have an idea what to talk about. So I'll start. I started with formations.
Okay.
Dash, Dave, not to jump on your.
No. This is cool. We flow with things.
No, you're good.
Because Dash is like, to me, it was like, let me just say a couple things. To me, 3-5-2 looked all nice, but then we realized that with their insane strikers, insane forwards, you can't really can't really be Juve of 2022 and play 3-5-2 against Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. You know, am I
Clearly
wrong?
not.
No, you're 100% correct on that one, because the thing is so like on some of these previous lives and a lot of opinions I've always stated, I am not the biggest advocate for the 3-5-2. The 3-5-2 is something that just when you're playing against a team of elite wingers and speedsters, you're just asking for trouble, because what a 3-5-2 essentially entails is usually the counter formation is a 4-3 or any kind of three-man prong attack, a trident attack. So a 3-4-3, a 4-3-3 is essentially the antithesis of the 3-5-2, because those wingers and your center striker will leave your center backs on an island to die, essentially. Because the thing is when your wing backs get caught out of position, there is no buffer point between them and the center back. So, for example, you'd have Neymar that would encompass on our right center back, which was Danilo at the time, and then you had Mbappe in front with Bonucci, and then you had Messi with Bremer. The first goal happened because Mbappe was able to slide in between Danilo and Bremer. That was an amazing chip by Neymar. That was literally like you're playing FIFA. You do the left thumbstick triangle pass where it was just a nice smooth lob over. But you can tell that there's a gap right there because the 3-5-2, the three center backs aren't really bunched in together. They're a little bit spread throughout. So you're going to have space in between the two center backs where, again, if you have a fast winger or any fast opposition.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mbappe with that exposed space.
Yeah, with that explosive speed,
Yeah.
it was you're just asking for trouble. So I disagreed with that lineup. I'm not really sure why he did it. To be honest with you, I thought he would have done a 4-4-2 just to overload the midfield to try to at least get some kind of penetration from, or to prevent penetration from them. Because it's one thing when they're passing the ball through the middle out to the wingers, and it's another thing where it's a lob and pray. Because let's be honest, Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi are not good in the air. So if you're forcing them to receive passes via the air versus the ground, you're going to have more of a fighting chance than per se. Like, for example, the second goal, perfect example of it. It was a couple of back heel flicks, one touch passing. They cut right through us. So when you have gaps like that, you're just asking for trouble, because the thing is you have your left wing back and your right wing back in an awkward position. And a lot of people prior to this game, after the Fiorentina game, they were crying for the 3-5-2. We need a 3-5-2 because we look better in it. At the start of the season, I was against it just because we don't have the personnel for it. And two, if you leave Bonucci on an island, Bonucci will die, and we saw that. We saw that yesterday.
With his ass out in the air too, I bet.
Yeah, but we saw that there. I mean, Bremer's great in a three-man defense, but like again, you have Bonucci and Danilo, especially Danilo, that's more so a makeshift center back instead of like a full-on center back. So the thing is it wasn't a great idea in my opinion. I kind of understand what Allegri wanted to do.
Everybody was happy.
I guess so.
Well, most people were. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't personally, but
But
I mean,
and the thing is like, and I've always made this argument that the 3-5-2 isn't a successful formation in Europe, especially when you're playing in that high tier. Like you might have an off year where Chelsea wins it, an anomaly year, which the last anomaly with the three-man defense was Inter in 2010 with Mourinho. But like ever since then, it's not.
We don't mention that here.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we gotta call a spade. But again, look at it. What happened? So a year after Chelsea, almost 2 years removed from that Champions League, they've already fired Tuchel. The other argument that that I've heard was Eintracht Frankfurt won the Europa League with a three-man defense. This year they switched to a 4-2-3-1, just because
that's
that thing
very
is.
interesting.
So the thing is the 3-5-2 is great when, like, for example, no team is used to you playing it. It's good for an extended period of time. It's not good for prolonged success. Because, like, for example, even if we were to throw it back to the Conte era with Juventus when he was with us, it was good for the league. But again, the Italian league, you can do it. Like a 3-5-2 works in Italy. But if you take that outside, I mean, we go to the Europa League because we lose to Galatasaray at Galatasaray. We can argue about the pitch and all that other stuff, but it was an atrocious performance. I mean, even when we played Bayern Munich the first year we were back in the Champions League as Italian champions, they ran through us 4-0 with Conte's first season in the group stage, or out past the group stages. So, like, the thing is like, even again, if we want to throw Conte in with Inter Milan outside, he struggled in the Champions League with a 3-5-2. I mean, Borussia Mönchengladbach again could be
Mönchengladbach. I always got to correct you. That's fine.
but like he struggled with those as well. So the thing is like
that German team.
Yeah, that German team, and then but like the thing is like I get why people want it, but at the same time, I'm looking at it. I'm like, it's just not feasible because the thing is you have to have the right personnel for a 3-5-2. You need to have your two outside center backs to be pacey. They need to be able to adjust and be quick because the thing is if they're up against a Mo Salah or a Sadio Mane or an Mbappe, it's a wrap, man. One misstep and they're already past you, and then it's one-on-one. Because, like, for example, until Allegri switched it over, you could see it. Like, you could see Mbappe was taking Danilo out by himself one-on-one, and then Bonucci's like, do I step? Do I move? What do I do? Like, Bonucci's caught in no man's land. Even with the original placement of the first goal, it happened where literally Danilo gets pulled out towards Neymar, and then literally it's just a chip ball in between Bonucci. And the thing is that pass that Neymar placed was a chip ball right in between Danilo and Bonucci. And Mbappe can easily just go into the seam and just pop it in. So it's one of those things where it's just a 3-5-2 for me. It just doesn't work. I mean, yeah. So like either right now from what I've seen, I think maybe a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, but I think we need to still buy Paredes a little bit of time because I think the thing is I think Paredes is very key to how we play. Touched 101 balls last night, and I mean, outside of a slow, sluggish first half, you don't need him to be a Pirlo. You just need him to move the ball, and it changes the game. Because the thing is Locatelli can't move the ball as effectively as Paredes. Because like the couple of the glimpses I've seen Paredes play, like for example with Fiorentina, he had his back to Vlahovic or his back or his front facing to Szczesny or Perrin, and without even thinking, the ball gets flicked and it's already moved to one of our players' feet without him even looking. You just need something. You just need a player like that, and that's why like I was more so for the Paredes signing, and that was one of the things that I saw against PSG was Paredes is taking that ball and moving it. Because the thing is one of the things that we're criminally known for the past 2 or 3 seasons is that we're moving the ball through the wings per se. We're not moving them through the center or anything. So like
gut wrenching.
Yep, it's one of those things where you're just like getting frustrated because it's almost like a U pass in a sense where you go up one wing, bring it back to the middle sideways, and then slide it up another wing.
And then Cuadrado ends up passing it back to the keeper.
Passing it back to the keeper, just blasting at him.
Oh my God, man.
So yeah, and the thing is and I also agree with Giuseppe what he mentioned last night that Kostic started taking some strides forward as well yesterday because the first half I was a little bit concerned with him, but I think he's starting to find his feet a little bit more, and then that was a great assist between him and Paredes to find McKennie's head. But I think he's starting to step up.
That corner was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it was crazy. It wasn't even a corner. So,
it wasn't.
Paredes laid it off for Kostic. So it was Paredes. He like stood at the corner flag and rolled it forward. Kostic took a touch, and then sent it to McKennie's head.
But that started from the corner flag, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean that was awesome because when was the last time we were dangerous on corners?
Never.
So maybe that's the new thing where maybe a better angle or surprise for the opposition. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's why. Sorry, I was still muted. My bad. Hakimi in that play was supposed to mark up because obviously they brought 2 guys in for that corner, and PSG defense they didn't mark essentially, so they gave Kostic just tons of time and space, which with time and space you can obviously deliver a beautiful ball. So it worked out for us in that case anyways, and it was beautiful. Check out our YouTube shorts because we got that McKennie header right in there. So
that was a good goal too. I love a good header that feels like as strong as if it was hit with a foot, Ronaldo used to deliver those just monster headers.
It's a thumper.
Yeah.
Just a pure thumper. But and we got to give props to McKennie too because McKennie is starting to step. He's trying to find his own again. Because the thing is like, I don't know what his deal is. It's been the second season in a row that he's I don't want to say he's like having like a brain lag per se, but like it takes him like 4 or 5 games to get going, and then once he gets going, he gets going. But this
And
game
then he
was
gets injured.
yeah, maybe the shoulder's really affecting him more than we're being told. But even with that, like for him to find space and just being that threat, it's a good thing. I mean, I'm happy for him. I mean, I guess because we have one of the running jokes on the channel where McKenny plays poorly, we just blame the Chipotle because he's technically sponsored by him. So
Does he really?
yeah, so it's funny because if you look at Chipotle commercials in the U.S., it's just McKenny. So it's just him in the U.S. national team's jersey, just
Oh, really?
literally talking about it.
I don't ever watch commercials. I either stream stuff or I don't. I
I'm so,
forward through them.
do you
That's so funny. I've never heard it.
Yeah, it's on I think so. If you use Paramount Plus, it'll show it every now and then if you're watching Serie A via that. But yeah, it was a couple of times where I saw it and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
It's so funny you mentioned Paramount Plus. I slightly roasted them yesterday. They posted a picture or a video of Phil Foden and Haaland talking, and they're both like covering their mouths and looking somewhere, and they're replying to each other. And Paramount Plus posted a video saying, "What do you think Haaland and Foden are saying to each other here?" So I reply, "Well, can you believe Paramount Plus is still not in 1080p?" And there's
Is it? What is it? 720?
Yeah.
And then Foden replies, "Yeah, but at least there's no pause button either." And I mean, for a reply on a random Paramount Plus video, it got a lot of likes. I was laughing. It's like, man, how is it not in 1080p? And why am I sitting here not being able to replay the goal if I want to? Like, is that because they're afraid of people recording or something?
It's the streaming channels really are so bad. I talked about this, I think it was a couple weeks ago with Fubo, how there was 2 games. I mean, I found other sources, underground sources, if you will, to be able to watch the game.
Oh, you're so thinly veiling it.
I'm not straight out saying it, but like I pay Fubo, I pay them the money. And I even watched the Manchester United game that morning. I was actually doing some graphic art stuff for the channel. Just throw in the Man U game, whatever, listen to it. It's time for Juve to play. Nothing. Black. Try my phone. Nothing. But last night's game, so Champions League is on DAZN. So much better. Just so much better. And now everything's moving away. We're getting back to the same nonsense as cable network, where like you just got to pay everyone.
Listen, man, no disrespect to Thierry Henry, but who told him he can be on TV? I can't understand a thing that guy is saying.
Who lets him talk?
Yeah, him and
He
Clint
tries to be
Dempsey.
he tried. Oh my God, Clint Dempsey with his southern accent. It's like I had a friend who used to say, I don't care if you're a rocket scientist. If you have a southern accent, it immediately kind of, I think less of you. I mean, it's not my words, my friend's words. But yeah, Clint Dempsey was I like when they have, the Micah Richards, right?
Yeah.
The guy's hilarious. But yeah, Thierry Henry, I was like, what is he saying? I can't understand a thing he says.
Well, and the funny thing is like we all know Terry Henry is like a flop of a coach, so now he has to just settle into like broadcasting because he did so
Oh, is that
terrible.
what happened?
Well, yeah, because so he was the assistant of the Belgian national team under Roberto Martinez, and then he went to Monaco, and like couldn't last 3 months because the players hated him so much.
Oh, damn.
So like yeah. But like, yeah, now he's just like a pundit per se. Like he just
drink
sits
a lot
there.
of Red Bulls.
Yeah. My favorite yesterday is like Kylian Mbappe, and then like because he like yelled his name out for some reason. But I'm gonna take a hot take here, and I say ESPN produced Serie A better than Paramount Plus. Because
no, I disagree.
You
I
disagree?
mean, Paramount Plus, I do. The Paramount Plus, I like what they do culturally. There's a lot of love that goes into it. My problem with it is the freaking app.
Yeah,
I use
that's
it.
what I'm
I use
saying.
it to watch Frasier. Frasier's my shit. That's my nighttime show. So like, in order to find Frasier, or in order to find like The Offer, or they have Godfather. Actually, I think
Yeah, they
2
do.
out of 3 or something weird. It's just an awkward app. It's like it's not really that difficult. Give me my list, and what's up? Like, thank God I have this video to vent and to purge what I've been thinking about these streaming services. First of all, don't give me commercials. I'm paying for the goddamn thing.
Yes. No, I like.
Huge,
Why?
huge no. Huge. They're saying that Netflix is gonna have
Paid tiers. Yeah. So for half
Oh,
the price,
no.
you get commercials. At double the normal price, you don't get commercials.
We'll get back to Juve. I'm sorry, guys. I'm boring
it's
people.
fine.
No, it's all good.
Hey, we do this all the time.
And I just want to confirm, like I want to make sure I wasn't an idiot here, but Thierry Henry also coached for a couple years Montreal Football Club in the MLS. And if you can't be
right,
successful
right.
in Montreal, like, come on,
That's right.
the snowflakes as we call them.
And my other problem, and then we'll get to Juve, is the tiny little buttons. They make these buttons that you have the whole screen to put an X, you know what I mean? Like to close the screen or something. But that X gets smaller every time I use that app. Terrible.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus. I'm at war with them. They hate me. I reply with these, and this was my biggest success. I was really happy about that one.
But I don't blame you, because the thing is like they're doing an amazing job. Like, I mean, as far as like getting really immersed with the culture of Italian football and all that, and like, for example, even pulling in Marco from IFTV to just kind of like appeal to everybody in
Smart
Serie A.
move.
It's a great idea. My issue is their app is terrible, because like with the ESPN app, like for example, if someone scores and I'm away from my phone for a minute, I can rewind it and then watch the goal and then go back to live. With Paramount Plus, it's literally you just have pause, play, and then caption, no caption, and then exit full screen.
Terrible. Yeah, I mean, in sports, you need to have, if you're trying to run a sports app, it has to be an issue of like piracy or something, so people won't post stuff.
Get some better tech junkies on that Paramount.
right. Seriously, yeah, they're not gonna hear this, so.
No. Well, you
All
never know.
Dave, let me pull up a random. So we talked about Vlahovic. You know, there's two schools of thought. Like Vlahovic needs to go get the balls, or he's not getting enough service. We talked about it on the podcast. Please check it out on all podcast platforms. Internet's longest Juve-related podcast, Turin Giants podcast. Check out the latest episode. But yeah, what do you guys think about this?
That's actually an awesome debate.
That is a very good debate.
Oh man.
Well,
that's awesome.
The podcast, they Rav and Chris, they said that it's not that time yet.
No, like I don't want to see him
service to him.
Yeah, we got to work on his service to him first and foremost, because that's really the problem. If we get him tracking back constantly, I mean, that's kind of what Dybala did for us, and he didn't do anything that great outside of his short bursts of brilliance, but you wear the guy out. You want him there to score the goals, so give him the opportunity to score the goals. Now, that being said, if it's a knockout round in the Champions League, or, you know, last game of the season, we can win the title, and that's what's required, if it's one of those games and it's required, then absolutely backtrack and do your job and protect the lead. But no, the standard setup should not have him tracking back on a regular basis.
Yeah. So the thing is like, from what I see from it's interesting. So you guys saw Manchester City play yesterday, right? With I forgot who they played, but the game that they won, I think it was like 3-0. So
I think it was
4-0. 4-0, yeah.
Yeah.
4-0.
Sevilla.
Okay,
Yeah.
Great. So the thing is, I was watching Holland, and I kind of wanted to watch and see, like, you know, I'm not comparing City with us. That's not the comparison I'm trying to draw here. But like, I just wanted to look at I wanted to look at movement and play styles between Vlahovic and Holland.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, Holland has a niche. Like, it's something that he does and he's known for. So like, the thing is like, the first assist he got from Kevin De Bruyne just launched that into the box without even like anticipating. Like, he knew that if I put it somewhere here, Holland's going to tap it. And you see Holland coming in from the opposite side of the box, sliding in and just beaming it. Yeah. And then even with the second goal, I think it was Foden or Bernardo Silva that took a shot and it rebounded off the keeper into Holland's leg. So for me, it's like Holland has that niche where he is the tap-in machine. like almost like just the pure tapping beast, which is fine because that's his niche and that works perfectly well for that team. And then like we look at Mbappe. Mbappe is like, you know, that pace player that you'd run in FIFA 14 when they didn't patch the center backs, where literally it's just a through ball and the fastest guy with 99 speed grabs it and scores.
It's still like that, by the way. But
Is it?
I digress. Go on. Yeah, it totally is.
I guess I suck at the game. I can't do it that much anymore. But
Yeah.
but the thing is like, so Mbappe's niche is literally just like, hey, throw the
I
ball
don't
in
want to
space.
talk about Mbappe's niche. Sounds
But
really dirty.
that's so true. But like again, for him, it's open space. He's gonna shag and bag it essentially. Huh. See, dirty joke there too. No,
This
but
place
the
is
thing,
filthy.
I know. Wait until we do an after hours show. That's where we get real weird.
Nice.
No, but but like the thing is with Vlahovic, I'm not really sure on what his thing is, because it's like he can score free kicks and then he's powerful where he can take the ball and he can run upfield with it. He doesn't have the pace, obviously. He is slower, but the thing is
Who?
like Vlahovic compared to
Vlahovic,
like Mbappe.
right.
Yeah. So like
Oh yeah.
yeah, so like the thing is like I don't know, because the thing is for him, maybe I need a little bit more time to see. But like for him, his niche is a little bit weird per se, because he's like an all-around striker and he's not like a specific type of striker.
The reason I'm smiling is literally we had this discussion and we didn't talk. So like, we're not lying. I literally said, if I had to watch, as far as like, that's why I hated Ronaldo, don't get me wrong, but I would watch Ronaldo's highlights over Messi's any day. And that's the same thing with Haaland. Haaland, tap ins and powerful. But as far as like being a purist and being like a football fan, Vlahovic's goals any day. I mean, Vlahovic is a guy who can score two, like one free kick was good. You know what I mean? But then he adds that myth around him that, oh my God, he just scored the same free kick from the same spot in the next game. So like, as far as allure and like why I would watch one over the other, Vlahovic any day. Like, Haaland is not even fun to look at. He's just a big buffoon, just like a snowman running around, twice as big as grown men half his age, half older. But Vlahovic is just a beast. His movements and his little trickery. I mean, unfortunately, we haven't been able to see a lot of it. But his movement in front of the goal, the way he lays the keeper down and then just kind of like makes a fool out of him, the way he scores different goals. I don't know. Maybe I am biased, but I mean, Vlahovic just for me, if I had to choose.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like I think he's just an all around, like he's an all arounder, or it's
handsome
like,
bastard too.
Yeah.
It's I think just that Serbian mentality too. That's what I love. That's what I really like about those styles of players. Just I guess that grinta essentially. I love those big strong players just want to throw the ball.
Norwegians?
Against who? The regions. Oh, I talk about Haaland. No, nothing. Like, he's obviously a great player. It's just the profile of player that I prefer, right? Like, everyone has their types of players. Some people love the Dybalas. They like the flair. I don't like how soft he is. I like a strong guy. I like, and this is going to sound weird, but I like Rabiot better than I like Dybala, because Rabiot is at least going to put his body in the way.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
And that's because that's how I've always played sports. I suck. So I just put my body in the way. That's how I roll.
How tall are you?
5'10", 178 centimeters. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I'm so average. I am average in every single way.
You look taller. That's why, dude. I didn't mean to. Like, oh, hey,
this guy. No, I'm just like the most average dude out there.
That's cool. No. You're. Oh man, that was so bad. I'm sorry.
It's cool. I've been called worse, much worse. It's all right.
No, how dare they? Dude, I think I'm gonna bow out. You guys are awesome, but clearly I'm not letting you talk about the actual game. Thank you for having me. Check out the podcast, TurinGiants.com. Look at the shirt, man. I dug this out. I printed this.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think it's even on the website, but I think I'm gonna re-release it with.
Well, you have the. Here, I'll move the. Yeah.
I want to re-release it with black and white because clearly the colors are too. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the poster. You still have the poster.
Well, how about you sit like that and move your phallic microphone? And
Because then I sound like crap. We're working on the microphone thing. This will be improved. All of this will be improved.
the worst guest ever. Clean this place up. All right, dude.
Yeah.
Well, technically
appreciate it.
I was gonna say technically you are the boss man, so.
No, can you guys stop with that? I feel really, really uncomfortable, dude. When you guys.
Perfect. I love making the situation awkward. So this is good.
Dude, I'm just a art director. I'm
Art
like
director.
Kanye, but not douchey.
That's fair. Yeah, you're like the nicest guy I know. Anyways, you're not
No,
douchey.
right. You live in Canada. How?
It's a lie.
like-
That's all a lie, man.
I'm like the rudest man you know, probably.
Man, there's a lot of assholes in Canada. Just trust me.
Just when they play hockey, right?
Oh man, they turn into beasts. They're just complete animals when they play hockey.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm dying for a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup, dude. That would be so fun.
Yeah, maybe
Anyway.
maybe my team, but yeah, you gotta bail out.
I switch sports. All right, peace out, dude.
All right, thanks. Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having me, guys.
Stop by anytime. Okay, so it's just the two of us.
Yep.
And sorry about that. He was getting some feedback through my mic for some reason. That's why I kept on muting myself. So I'm sorry if I was a little aloof there the past few minutes. But man, that's Farhad. That's the guy that started it all. That is Mr. Turin Giants.
We call him boss man to make him feel awkward.
The boss man, yeah. So, and we've gotten a few guys that have been on the pod. That's actually number 3. Adam Digby a couple weeks ago. Our very first live with Sam Adamo. You probably see all of them back at some point. So this is part of what we want to do. Those people that listen to the pod or haven't even discovered it yet, please discover it. It is great. Oldest since 2013, 9 years old. I mean, podcasts were just coming out back then. But we want to show you their faces, essentially, who you're listening to. And there you go. There's Farhad.
Yeah,
And
make
Dash,
sure-
that's your first time, too.
I know that's my first time actually meeting them in person, but yeah, just make sure, guys. They're on SoundCloud, I believe Spotify as well. So they have a longer show than ours, but again, it's just 2-3 dudes easily talking. So really cool stuff. I like listening to them. It also gives me kind of some stuff too. Whenever they release something, it gives me some I can't even talk.
That's your turn. Dash can't talk today.
No, but get some thought nuggets on any of the shows that we're going to go on, any kind of topics, like, for example, with the tactics and the type of strikers and all that fun jazz. So definitely give them a look. Don't be afraid to hop on over there and just listen to some cool vibes for 59 to 72 minutes.
Yeah, they don't have a set length. We try to keep to an hour, give or take, but I mean, we're pretty fluid in that sense too. And I guess just to explain a bit too, because some of you probably just stumbled on this channel, you don't know the podcast, you don't see the whole picture, and it's a collective essentially. That's what we're calling it, is the Turin Giants Collective. So we have the podcast, we have the YouTube. The Instagram accounts are huge, 20,000 plus on the main account. We got Juventus HQ. He's the guy that's making all our shorts. Kevin McIntyre, he's just coming off holidays. He's going to be at the Salernitana match, giving fan interviews, just the stuff straight from the stadium. So really, there's so much. This is big. The channel right now here on YouTube is relatively small, but Turin Giants is really quite giant, if I'm to reuse that word, I guess. I don't know. Check it out. Check us out everywhere.
No pun intended whatsoever.
Yeah, just nothing but puns. Just type in Turin Giants and see where it brings you, because we're everywhere. But enough of that. We got to move on. Let's actually talk some of this match. I really want to trash on PSG.
Can we?
Oh, we absolutely can. And yes, I understand they beat us. Yes, they are the better team in this particular game. And probably, yes, on paper, they are the better team. But for a team that has invested so much money and just are so renowned, man, they're soft. That is some of the softest football I have seen. Outside of like Neymar and Mbappe kind of doing their FIFA moves for a couple minutes, the rest of the team, dare I say, looked very French. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh no, I get it, totally get it. That's funny. I was not expecting that one. So guys, that was an instant reaction for me right there. That was pure unadulterated gasping. But no, but like the thing is was I thought was hysterical that Moretti made Neymar cry at halftime with that slide tackle that like barely even hit him. So like one's off on you, Moretti. Thank you for that. But and that's the thing, man. I think all the players know that they're a memeable club, so like they play like, holy crap, I do not want to be on the team that gets memed, because like it's every other year per se. PSG just loses in a hysterical meme fashion. Like last year, it was that weird comeback against Real Madrid where they just completely fumbled it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like they play not to lose. Like whenever they're up, when they're winning, they just like shift into not to lose mode, and that's where they make mistakes. Because like, if you saw some of the defense off corners or headers or anything like that, they're like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, it just wasn't there. Their set plays. Again, it's just moments of brilliance from some of the most brilliant footballers in our game today. But so like, let's touch on it a bit. There was it? No, it was one of their subs. I can't remember who it was now, but it was one of those Neymar passes to Mbappe. They have this huge breakaway, and they're just, all they do is look at each other and feed each other. Meanwhile, there's Buddy coming in from the midfield being like, hey, I'm over here.
They're like, who are you?
But the rest of the team did not seem to exist to Neymar and Mbappe. So, and I'm trying to make some parallels. So we've had these same issues with Juve, obviously. We have these Ramsey in for the money, you can argue Rabiot, Ronaldo, obviously, all these guys in for the money. And now we're starting, and it's slow, it's building up, but you're seeing players that want to be with Juve and don't have these big contracts, decent contracts nonetheless, but aren't playing for the money. This is what we want to build on, and you can see with inferior team essentially on paper that we could have, that game could have went either way at the end of the day. And we can roll into this point too, it was down to the goalies.
Absolutely.
And that's it. Like that's my big takeaway, is that PSG, I don't care what anyone says, they don't frighten me in any way. And in fact, I kind of, even if they beat me, I'm still laughing at them.
So let me add this tidbit in here. So when we had Ronaldo, and even last year, and so on, plenty of YouTube streamers and folks would say Juventus relies on individual brilliance. I watched that PSG game last night, watching PSG, and if there was one thing that I saw out of anything else, was PSG also relies on individual brilliance instead of having a set way that they play. They don't commandeer possession. All they do is wait, sit down, and they don't even absorb pressure because PSG can't defend properly. But what they do is, whenever they get the ball, they look for Messi, Neymar, or Mbappe, and they say, here's the ball, do something with it. That's PSG's tactic. There isn't anything wonderful that PSG does, anything crazy that they do. I'm going to make the argument and say that when we play Benfica next week, I think Benfica is going to come at us with a better style than PSG is. Because the thing is, and the thing is where I'm a little bit frustrated is in the first half, we played scared. We were afraid of them. We respected them way too much. If we actually came out with that same, and I hate making this comment and this excuse, but if we came out with the same intensity we came out in the second half, I say we beat them.
And I think they know that too. By the post-match comments, they knew that.
Yeah, it's just the thing is what kind of really irritates me with this club a little bit, with our club, and even Allegri too, I'm going to throw him on here too, is guys, take the game to them. Because the thing is everybody's expecting us to kind of sit back and just chill, but we're Juventus guys. We need to go out and punch someone in the mouth.
Right in the teeth,
I'm not condoning violence here. No. But like metaphorically. But like the thing is like, guys, we went to PSG and we're like, okay, cool, we got popped in the mouth. Let's jab you in the stomach real quick. Like, guys, why can't we just do that in general, where we're just going to go to Salernitana and say, hey, you know what? You guys are a relegation side. We're going to drop 5 on you.
I hope we're so fired up after that match that this weekend we do just unload.
Yeah, like I want to see Juve just absolutely unload on a team, not in a weird way, but just absolutely demolish a team. just demolish a team, just pound them into the ground. Where that Simpsons meme where it's like, stop, he's already down. Like I need to see us just do that. Like I remember back then, like in our, I don't want to say our heydays, but a couple years ago, like there'd be times where we took a stupid loss in the Champions League, or like we took a stupid loss in the league, and then everybody's like, oh, I don't want to play Juve after a bad loss or a bad game. Because like that used to happen, and Allegri was the coach of the team at that time too, so you can't even say it's a coaching change. But like I remember there was that one time where we tied 1-1 against Bologna. We dropped I forgot who, I think it was Cagliari 3-0. This was like 5-6 years ago. The next game, and just absolutely railed them.
I mean, that might have. I remember that even happening. I want to say 3 years ago. Was it that long ago? Do I have no concept of time?
Maybe. Well, here's the crazy thing. So Maurizio Sarri was like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Like,
the COVID thing, and I hope YouTube doesn't flag us saying we're talking about the vid now, because it does that. But yeah, that whole like section of time is a bit of a blur, because I relate a lot of my life to football matches, right? Because it's so prominent in my life. But the way it was all compressed and messed up, and oh man, and all the sports were doing it. Like in hockey, in the NHL, only the Canadian teams played in Canada because we couldn't do the cross-border stuff. So Toronto had to play Vancouver a bunch of times across the, like, just that whole 3 or so years is just, I don't know what happened.
It's almost like, so like folks that that watch Dragon Ball could probably relate to this. But like, for example, if you've just been it's like we've been thrown in the hyperbolic time chamber for like the past couple of years, and we just came out and we're like, whoa, what happened? What is all this? But it's the thing is like we need to have that like intensity where people are like I remember there'd be times if we drew against Milan or we lost against Milan, the next team we played absolutely got demolished. Yeah. Like it was just one of those things where we did that every single time. Whenever we took a stupid loss, we came in there and we just absolutely unloaded on the next team. Because I remember like coaches would say, and they're just like, well, they'd give them a presser and they'd just be like, Juventus took this loss against so-and-so or this draw, and, I'm not really feeling too good about it because they're going to probably come at us with intensity and anger. It's just last 3 years, we haven't had it. Like with Sarri, with Pirlo, even last season with Allegri, like we took some dumb losses and we never bounced back from them. Like
last year was particularly bad about that.
So the thing is like, I wonder, for me, it's like, do I wonder if it's part of the personnel or is it part of the players that are just kind of like, whatever? Because it's just like, Ronaldo just completely did something to this entire club that just threw it off a whim for some reason. Because it's just like, it has not been the same with him here and with him gone.
The yin and yang are not jiving. It's just out of balance, and that's what we're working on doing now, is getting that balance.
It's like the thing is like we didn't realize how dependent we were on them until like maybe last year, and I see it even this year, because it's like, yeah, we're going in the right direction, but like, dude, like for some reason it's just everyone just like lost their sense of playing with him being here. But yeah, it's just it's a weird, it's just weird. But I digress on this point. But like I want us to see us just come out swinging against Salernitana, because we played a good game. I mean, like, guys, dude, Liverpool just got spanked by Napoli, and everyone, you can make the argument that Napoli's like
final.
Like, you can make the argument that Napoli's like miles ahead of us, but like, really, are they?
Yeah, 4-1 final is.
Like, are they though? Like, if you look at it, like for example, Osimhen isn't better than Vlahovic. I mean,
no, he's good.
He's good, but he's not Vlahovic.
Yeah.
And then I think the one player that you can make the argument is probably better than anyone that we have is that Carnsvaro. Their left winger that they brought in, number 77, like he's been on a tear.
Are you talking about the Georgian guy?
Yeah, the Georgian guy.
Okay, yeah, because I'm pretty sure you're pronounced. I can't correct you on this one, how to pronounce his name.
I think well, hey, this is what Paramount Plus said. Carnsvaro. So like,
okay, close. Yeah, I mean,
come at Paramount, not me.
The Georgian dude that we can't pronounce the name yet, but we will. We'll get it one day.
Because it's like, and then like their backup striker is Simeone, and I think Milik's better than Simeone. And then like their best midfielder is going to be Zielinski, and I think Pogba is better than Zielinski. So it's like, even defensively, Rahmani is their main center back, and we have Bremer. So it's like, in theory, player per player, we're better than them, but they went out. The thing is like the thing that I looked at Napoli and I saw Napoli do is Napoli went out. They were just like, hey, I don't give a crap that you're Liverpool. Let's throw down. We're gonna throw down on you.
Yeah. So we need that mentality.
Yeah, we just need to have that, like, that dog. It's just like, it's I don't know. I'm not a sports psychologist, so I can't sit here and lecture people on like how to be on the couch and be like, all right, guys, let me talk about why you guys can't score goals anymore. But like the thing is like once Juve finds that just intensity, that viciousness, and I think Allegri's trying to bring that dog out of them. But like the thing is like Sarri was one of those guys that didn't preach intensity. Pirlo, I love Pirlo as a player, but as a manager, I don't think he was like on that level. So it's like
Yeah.
we kind of like became a quiet little dog, and before we were like this big mean dog on the block where it's like, hey man, this is my dog food. You can sit on the porch. Where it's like I think Allegri's trying to bring that big dog out of him again, but it's just either something's wrong with the player's psyche that it's not kicking, because it's just like it shouldn't take us 45 minutes, 50 minutes for us to sit there and be like, okay, let's go, let's do it.
I'm going to say this is my take anyways. And I know Bonucci, okay, whatever. He has his moments. But I feel like in the locker room, he's the guy yelling. Like he was the guy at halftime just losing his mind and getting those guys amped up. I think that's what he's still excellent at. And he is the team captain, right? He's been there. Okay, Milan stint, whatever, but he's been there forever, right? So, I mean, he is the guy, and maybe even Quadrado, like he gets pretty angry too, as he kind of mentioned earlier. Is that you? I was listening to podcasts and everything just before I came here. I don't even know where I heard what at this point. Was that you that even mentioned that? Because I was listening to Sam Adamo's podcast just before I came on as well. But in any case, doesn't matter. Listen to his as well, the Cultural podcast, where he barely talks about culture, but when he does, it's usually trashing somebody. Oh man. But yeah, we've barely. I mean, this was great because Farhad came on. We have not really gone down our list of points today, so hopefully you guys do like the style. Again, if you prefer the more free flowing discussion style, let us know. If you want more state of the point talk Juve, and I know it's split that way, I'm sure, but let us know what you prefer.
We love to take segues, because the thing is like we don't want to bore you with a monotone of straight Juve talk for an hour. We'll try to give you some segues because we all have personalities. We're not just news reporters that just
I am a robot.
Yeah, I am a robot. I am good. All I do is talk about this and this. So, yeah, we try to give you guys some kind of entertainment, whether it be some funny stories in our lives or anything like that. So, like, yeah, just pardon the segues because we love to do it because it gives you guys some energy. Because the thing is like, not everyone's watching this live. Some folks are probably going to watch the recording on their way home from work or a drive. So, like, hey, some people might have rough days, and even, Juve losing or doing something stupid might frustrate you even more. We even have dogs.
Dog cam!
Right,
we got dog cam. They're not interested. Yeah, but, there you go.
So, like, yeah, we always try to keep this a little bit more lighthearted, too.
Yeah. Oh, look, and I haven't fixed it yet, guys. My armrest. Oh man, I'll do that after this. But yeah, let's hit up this, I guess, last point here before we close up. I wanted to hit on the goalkeepers, both Donnarumma and Perlin. Like they saved, made or broke the game. I believe overall.
Yeah, I think Donnarumma is that what the
Donnarumma
call it? Donnarumma. So like I think he saved PSG. I'm gonna say that there. I'm not gonna sit here and be like a petty fan and be like, oh well, blah 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 this. No, like let's be honest here. Like there's a couple of those saves, especially that header from Vlahovic where he had to go full extension with his hand to paw it out. Great save by Donnarumma. So like he played very, very well. Perrin on our side played very well. I'm going to talk about this. The first goal we conceded that went off his hand. I've played goalkeeper. That is not an easy goal to save. Because the thing is when you're coming off across full extension, and he wasn't full extension, so his elbow was bent like this while he was making the save. So the thing is when you're playing goalkeeper, if your arm is flexed in this direction, if it's not fully extended, any kind of shot will sway your arm in any other direction. But if you have it fully extended like this, that means all of your muscles in your arm are contracted and it's firm. So you're not going to be able to concede. But with what happened with him is Mbappe drove that point blank range right into his lower half of his arm. So the thing is because his arm wasn't fully extended, it wasn't in position for him to stiff arm it per se. it kind of just brushed through his arm and went underneath it. So like if Perrine was in the situation where his arm was fully extended like that, he would have a better chance to save it. But for some of the folks bashing him, saying that was lousy goalkeeping, guys, you gotta play goalkeeper to be able to adjust to call that one. And I've played it, and that's a very difficult save, especially off a volley, because the thing is a volley, you don't even know if it's going down, if it's going up, or even if he
No
kicks it
idea.
into the ground to bounce it. So he made contact with it. Yeah, I mean, I'll give him props for that. I'm not gonna tear down Perrine for that, because that last save, that assist that Bonucci gave Neymar,
Yeah, that one.
that was an incredible save. I think Perrine played very well. And the beautiful thing is like, we're not really missing Chesney. I'm not saying this as a knock on Chesney or anything like that, but Perrine has stepped up and filled in the position really, really well.
That's a positive. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that we lost Tech and our number 2 guy can come in, and despite 2 moments of brilliance from Mbappe, keep Pierce to 2 goals. I mean, shake your head if you're hating on Perrine right now, because coming in as a backup in a game like that and performing the way he did, yes, I mean, if you want to slow down the play and break things down, could have he extended his arm out another, whatever, man. Just love the guy for what he's doing, please.
Yeah. Yeah, that point gets to the point where it's kind of petty when you're gonna start getting really stickler on that, but because then you could go into, well, why wasn't Bonucci covering the space, whatever. But
So much.
yeah. So Donnarumma also very, very well as a goalkeeper. I think probably the only error that he had was McKennie's goal, because he came off his line way too soon.
He got aggressive on it, yeah.
He got very aggressive on that corner, and I don't think he really should have. But hey, you know what? Let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to say, a bit of a take. Obviously, we take the goals as we want, but I almost feel like Donnarumma is coming into his own. He's maturing. He's getting older. He's starting to command that back line as a very proper world-class goalkeeper would do, like Buffon, where he'd just yell at his back line, yell at his team to get organized. I think in that case, he saw his team was not organized. And this is where he still needs some experience. He kind of came out too aggressively to try to compensate for that.
No,
we take the goal.
No, absolutely, for sure. So goalkeepers played very well. Donnarumma saved their butt the second half. It's just one of those things where he played very well. Kept them out. Perrine saved us too, because he could easily been 3-1. So
yeah, and that's the point of this game, or this comment in essence, is that this game really could have went either way. And the reason why it ended up at the score that it did, I'm going to chalk it up to both goalkeepers just doing their job, putting out a good performance on both ends.
Yeah, definitely it. So I think, the one thing I kind of want us to end on this one is, a lot of people now, because some of the comments that the players made in the post game, and Allegri as well, like, hey, we're learning, we're growing, and it's like, you see a bunch of people will probably question and be like, so when's the club ever going to learn, or when is Allegri going to learn, or when is the team going to learn? See, the thing is like, I still think we need more time. I mean, there's sparks, because, like, for example, last year we didn't have I think a couple of games were sparks, where it was like the Inter game in the second half of the season was like a spark, and then maybe one other game prior to that. And every other game was just more so, if we get a 1-0, try to defend it and see what'll work. But like, guys, I've been seeing a lot more consistent sparks, and it's only been 3 weeks into the season. Sassuolo was a spark. Roma, the first 60 minutes of Roma was a spark. Second half against PSG was a spark. Moments against Spezia were sparks. The only duds were Sampdoria and Fiorentina in the first half against PSG. So we're we're trending in a positive direction. We're going in a good way. It's not like, there's no improvement, or like the club sucks, etc. Because the thing is also, we need to take into effect, guys, we replaced almost 9 starters.
Yeah, there's huge turnover this year.
There is huge turnover this year, and I don't care what anybody says. It's going to take time for you to understand and look at where everyone's going to play. Because, like, for example, Paredes hasn't played with these players before, and he played decently well. And I think once he does, he's going to improve even more. I think, what is it? Like, for example, Kostic as well. I mean, he started taking steps in that second half forward. I think Rabiot surprisingly has been performing quite well, especially because he's known for sucking at the beginning and picking it up that late.
He's my biggest surprise right now.
Yeah, right now he's actually defensive duty. I mean, he's been doing quite well. I wish he would shoot the ball more because he's got a really hard left foot. But there's signs that like we're moving and we're going in the right direction. I think we need to be patient. We don't need to do the axes. We don't need to do the fire Allegri outs, the sacks, and all that other stuff. I genuinely think, guys, give it some time. Wait until the end. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry. You are completely right in that. I just want to caveat with how much time, really. In that, yes, Allegri has another year. I think we are still in agreement in that if it continues in a bad trend at the end of this year,
yeah, you send them shipping.
But we have to give it the year. That's sort of the point. We can't just completely dismantle things right now. We're going to be taking steps back. Even if we're not making all those steps forward that we want, if we axe Allegri or any big part of this project at this point, our season, I mean, bar a miracle, it's done. So let's ride the wave. Yeah. Hop on the train and just cruise, enjoy it, look at the scenery. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing me and you can do about it.
Nope.
Like, there literally is nothing we can do about it. So you just got to enjoy the ride.
Well, and the argument, I will make this argument too. It took Klopp 4 years. He came in 2014. Liverpool really started taking strides in 2018. And even then, they lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid, so it took them an additional year to win it.
I mean, how many great teams have lost a final to Real Madrid?
Everybody. Everybody at this point. But the thing is still, Klopp took 5 to 6 years to win a CL, 6 years to win a league with Liverpool. Pep took him some time and a bunch of money to do what he's doing right now. Because I remember the first season Guardiola took over Manchester City and they finished 4th and everyone was calling him finished. So the thing is like, I think Zidane is an anomaly as a coach. I don't think we'll probably ever see anything like that again, because Zidane fell into the perfect situation with the perfect team. All he had to do was just make sure that team didn't self-destruct.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking at him as far as coaching chops go, but like the thing is like, that's a really good question. If Klopp is free next year, I doubt Liverpool's going to sell him. I've got a very close friend of mine that's a huge Liverpool guy, and
I thought he was done.
No, I think he renewed. He signed I think it was a 2 or 3 year contract with them.
Okay, because I thought he was only going in for a finite time. But yeah, if there's, something to look into, anyways. Yeah, but answer that.
Here's the beauty of that comment. Number 10 is, even if we got Klopp, there's still going to be like 50% of our fan base. If we don't see like impressive all offensive football within the first 2 weeks, everyone's going to start saying Klopp out.
So hold on, is it 50% of our fan base or 50% of the fan base on Twitter?
Touche. Touche. But like that's the thing, man. It's just like, because that's one of the ones, because before I used to be a casual fan and I started being a lot more into it, more in depth, and especially now with Davide and I, we look at almost everything online right now just to make sure that we're up to date with everything. And it's just one of those things where you look at it and it's like, a lot of our fans, like, it's the one thing that irritates me is like, you let one result or one thing, and I get it about being fanatic and being a hardcore fan, but it's like, give it a minute, like, relax. Because the thing is like, I'll use Klopp again. Like, this season, Liverpool's having an off season. Last season, they charged for the title. The previous season before then, they barely scraped 3rd, 4th place. The previous season, they won the title. Then the season that they won the Champions League on, they were barely 2nd or 3rd or 4th place. Guys, like, the thing is like, I think we're spoiled from those 9 Scudetti in a row. It's just in my opinion, because like,
no, we are.
I think we were spoiled from it, because like the thing is like, we're not used to it, and a lot of the people that join Juventus as a fan base, a lot of them weren't around the Calciopoli days or like the early 2000s. Like, for example, I've been around here since the Juve space for like almost 20 years at this point. So I've seen it. I've seen us get relegated to Serie B. I've seen the terrible seasons after we got promoted up until 2011 when Conte came in. We were like the Arsenal of Serie A at that time, where we would do like 7th or 6th place consistently because we were just that bad. Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave us with this. Relax. Give it a couple of times. January is where we start really looking at it objectively. If we're in a bad position in January, I'm going to be the first guy that comes on this podcast and says, hey, I said give it some time. I gave it some time. Now we need to do this and we need to adjust it. But if I'm sitting here thinking of the next transfer, the summer transfer window, or the next coach next summer, relax. Get a bottle, get some espresso, go outside, grab a newspaper, sit in your hammock, and just decompress, because we're not there yet. My mind right now is we got Salernitana on Sunday. Let's play those guys. Let's crush them, and let's move on. One
game at a time. That's really what it is. That's the mentality a player or coach, the team has to take. Because you're just going to mentally tangle yourself if you try to think too far ahead. I mean, 2-3 games ahead, that's one thing, but the next transfer window, I mean, that's up for management. Until then, and it's fun. We'll talk about it. Obviously, it's fun to talk about and theorize. But I think just for our own mental well-being, we as well as fans need to kind of take it one game at a time, or we'll drive ourselves nuts. And that's when we end up going on Twitter and just going on these insane rants that make zero sense because we're just typing away with emotion and zero thought.
You want to do this one stream where we just screenshot some of the weirdest takes ever, and just like during our lives, we'll just like sit there and just be like, well, of course we're gonna blacken the names out.
A Twitter reaction video. We can do that.
That'd be so fun.
That would, absolutely. And I mean, you guys too. If you see anything hilarious, start sending it out. We'll start saving it.
Yeah. So like, we're gonna shamelessly plug our Discord in here. But if you do find any of those awkward tweets, make sure you go to the link on this video, click the Discord, join our Discord chat, and send it to us there.
I mean, if you guys don't know about Discord, it is a great platform. I know some people don't want an additional platform. I get it. But it's very democratic in the sense that you can kind of just do anything. You can chat, like text whatever, or with voice. You can share your screen. You can do anything, essentially, is what I'm saying. Great platform. I mean, you can hit us up if you got questions, like personal questions even, or you want to know my dog's name, whatever, stuff like that. But going back to number 10, what if Klopp is free next year? Because I do kind of want to answer this for myself. If Allegri fails and Klopp's available, I think it's an easy yes. I'd love to see it. Why not? He's a great coach, and I guess here is a little bit about myself. If I had to choose an EPL team to root for, and I guess I do because I bet with my buddy on every match, Liverpool's one of my teams. I love who they have on the team. Klopp does a great job. So, yeah. And they're not Man City, so yes. Absolutely. Man City is the team I do hate. So there's another. If you guys want to know, I hate PSG, Man City. Why? I think you can answer that for yourself. They're playing with a cheat mode. I don't like it. I think their fans are horrible. And that's also a bit of a lie because one of the sweetest people I know is a Manchester City fan. It's not her fault.
Yes. We're not. No, I'm just kidding.
No. She's actually sweet. She came over. We watched the Euros together. Italy versus England. Obviously, we know who our teams were. She was so dejected afterwards, and I felt so bad because she is just so nice, and she just got all quiet all of a sudden, like her head. I felt bad, but at the same time, I absolutely did not because we won the Euros. So yeah, I think that answers that question. Thanks, number 10, for throwing that in. Can always count on you for some good hard hitters.
And I'm going to answer this because he's actually free on the market. No, I do not want Thomas Tuchel on our team because
no.
Because if anybody advocates for Thomas Tuchel and complains about us playing anti-football or dead football, you guys need to watch Chelsea more with Thomas Tuchel because it's literally the same thing.
It's pretty similar, and we saw that last year in round robin. What do we call them? The group stages of the UCL last year. It was, especially that 1-0 game, the one that we won, it was almost like watching two of the same teams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is what it is. That being said, so should we give the secret away now for Monday?
Yeah.
It's not really a secret. I mean, people have figured it out.
Yeah, people posted on the comments, but is it 100% confirmed on?
It is, yes, it's 100% confirmed.
All right.
I've been talking to him. I've got his logo to make a nice little, what do you call this? I always call it a splash screen. The thumbnail they call it on YouTube. Yeah, I got some of his stuff, so this is happening.
All right. Well, everybody, people watching live and also people listening to the replay, we have an announcement because it is going to be Turin Giants x Rabona TV on Monday at 4:30. So
you heard it.
In a world where you get to see a Juventini and a Benfica fan talk football.
And absolutely. Like, you got the whole summer blockbuster voice going on there, but no, in all reality, he is coming on. This is exciting. So it's Adrian from Rabona TV. Check him out if you haven't. He's got tons of great material. He covers all of the footballing world, essentially. But he is a Benfica fan, so he's going to come and pregame with us at the Juve-Benfica match, and it's going to be awesome. Because, I mean, he's a prolific YouTuber. He's got 235,000 subscribers. This guy knows what he's talking about. Great production value. So we are so honored to have him on. So next Monday, the normal time, so we say Eastern time because we're both Eastern. So it's 4:30 Eastern. That will be 10:30 Central European time. I mean, do the math for the other 22 time zones. But, I mean, the usual time. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, that covers it. We went off the rails as we usually do, but it was fun post-game PSG despite... This is probably one of the best losses, personally, I've been involved in watching Juve. So, yeah, any closing comments there, Dash?
Nope. My only thing is just some housekeeping rules, guys. Everyone that's watching this live, just give us a quick like. People watching the replay, like, comment, share the video, join the Discord. But again... because I saw some people jump in. People that just jumped in, again, Rabona TV is going to be joining us on Monday, so we will be talking with Adrian. And a little bit of a shameless plug for him, he just released a video talking about the Pogba situation. So if anybody wants to get some education on Pogba and his voodoo and magic stuff that's been going around and extortion, check out Adrian from Rabona TV. He just released a video a couple hours ago. So as we're playing the chill music on the sign-off, thank you everybody for this episode of the post-game show with PSG. I'm Dash and this is Davide. We're gonna be bidding you guys adieu.
See you later, guys. Love you all. Check us out in a couple days to pregame Salernitana, and of course, catch all of our daily shorts. Almost every day we got shorts, if not multiples. YouTube, obviously. Discord, Instagram, Twitter, hit us up everywhere. Farhad, check him out as well. He's got a great Twitter and Instagram account, Juventus HQ. Check him out. He does all our shorts and reels. Thank you, Dash. Thank you, Farhad, even though you're not here anymore. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. It was great. Love you all. Have a good night. See you in a couple days. Y'all take care now.
See ya.